Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hello, wherever you are, and welcome or welcome back to Kita's List. This is a channel where, as a companion to kitaslist.com, we talk about anything that affects Black people's money because the point of kitaslist.com is to bring our community together. We want to bring together culture, commerce, and community. That's what kitaslist.com is all about. We're always saying that we should support Black business, that we should be more connected. And I believe that. And I'm trying to put my skills where my mouth is. So I've been in tech. This is my 40th year. I know, you know what they say is true. This is my 40th year in tech. And I love tech. And I want to use it to help people who look like me. I read that as consumers, we spent was it $1.6 trillion in 20, I think it was 2019, $1.6 trillion. It might have been 2021. But here's the thing. That amount is more than some more than the economies of some countries. That amount, if we were a country, that amount would put us in the top 15 economies of the world. So that means we are a whole country out here monetarily. And if we were to take that money and turn it towards our community, how powerful would that be? I think that this is not just about supporting Black traditional Black businesses or traditional Black owned businesses. This is about supporting every segment of the economy that Black people are involved in. So, what I mean by that is we should also support Black nonprofits. We should support Black social media. We should support um, um, Black professionals. We should hire Black. Um, we are talented people, and we can make this happen for ourselves. Um, I think the answer from the larger economy has been no. And I think that because, and this is particular to the United States, but I think it plays out across the world. I think that just, the US is becoming a browner country. But I don't think that's going to help us much because you know why? Discrimination exists outside of just Europe. Okay. Latin countries have racist issues. Uh, uh, AAPI countries and Asian countries have colorism. So it's always going to be an issue. It could become less of an issue, but it's not going to evaporate. And so we need to lean in and help ourselves by promoting ourselves. So, what I'm trying to do is change the way you shop. Before you buy anything, I want to build this to the point that you can go to keythislist.com and look for what you're looking for, find what you're looking for that is being offered from a Black owned source. Okay, so it's not just companies, it's nonprofits, it's social media. And I think the social media has the greatest potential. And the other thing that has a really great potential is professionals. If I want to buy a house, I want a Black realtor. I want to have people who understand me culturally. And there are always going to be people who say, you're racist, you say you want to be included, but you're excluding people by working with people who look like you. Really? I'm just saying, this is what people naturally do. When someone of a different culture gets ready to go to the doctor, they open up their insurance directory and they find the doctor based on the last name. We can't do that. So that is why we need a place like keythislist.com to go and find that person. Okay? I want a Black dermatologist with skin like mine. I want, or at least who's been around skin like mine. Um, I want, I want a black ophthalmologist. Okay, I want a black internist. Okay, I want a black jeweler, whatever it is, right? I want my community to have the right of first refusal. And this is what communities do all over the globe. We just have to build a place to find each other more easily. Okay. I want to have on there, I've got a place for jobs. If you want to put a job in front of the eyes of Black people, you can do that on this site. Now, the site is not completely free. Of course, if you are a consumer, it's free to join, free to use, right? If you're a business, you will have to pay for a listing. But I have specials all the time. Um, and I'm more interested in the cause than the money. I really want, if I could say that I'm the person that made this happen, that would make me very happy. So I'm a small business too. And so I'm trying to bring my tech skills to the community, and I hope that if if supporting Black businesses, professionals, social media, and nonprofits is important to you, or if you are a Black owned business, nonprofit, uh, social media, or you're a Black professional, that you will join keytoslist.com. The link is in the description box. In the meantime, enjoy the channel, watch the videos, like the videos, share them with a friend. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. We got a lot to talk about. Um, there's a lot happening. So one thing that's happening is I saw an article on Forbes about, and I'm looking at it now on my phone, 5 high-paying entry-level tech jobs. So let's see if I could bring that up on the computer so I could show you the article. Just give me a few seconds here. Um, so this is not the channel with beautiful prep work, okay? I'm talking about something I love and I enjoy talking about, and so I feel very comfortable in talking about it. So I kind of wing it. Sorry. Okay, 5 high-paying entry-level tech jobs. Okay. Now, hopefully, it will let me look at the article and it won't stop me because I'm not a subscriber. So, before I try to bring this to you, let's see. Okay. So, I think I got it. Okay, there it is. So, I'm just going to look at only the screen. Okay. So, 5 high-paying entry-level tech jobs. Okay. So let's see what they're talking about. How to get started in tech. Bachelor is generally preferred but not always required. This is true. Familiarity with these programming languages, Python, SQL, JavaScript, HTML, CSS is beneficial. It is. And SQL is kind of like a must at this point if you're going to work in tech. There aren't too many roles that you can work in tech in and not know SQL. Now, SQL means structured query language, and that is what we use to go into most databases, not all, because there's different types of databases, but the types that are considered relational databases, you need to know SQL so you can go get data if you need to look at data, because nobody wants to find somebody to get the data for you anymore, right? They just don't want to do that anymore. Um, even for non-coding roles like customer success manager, some understanding of technology is beneficial. Yes, it is. And that's why I have this channel, K Talks Tech, because I've already discussed systems thinking and how applications are developed. You know, we should develop a web page together. Not a whole site, just a page so you could see the process. I'll think about that, but that's not now. But anyway, yeah, you do need some understanding of technology. And I would say everybody needs some understanding of technology now because AI is no longer coming, it's already here. And if you have no understanding of technology, it's going to be a little difficult for you to understand AI. Um, but back to this, the programming languages you need to know JavaScript and HTML, you probably don't need that unless you're in certain roles. But Python is being asked for more and more for business and analyst roles. So I don't know what that's about. BAs don't code, but they trying to make us code, y'all. So anyway, let's get to it. List of entry level tech jobs. Software engineer. That's a good one. What I like about software engineer is once you get a couple of years of experience as software engineer, there's so many different ways you can take your career. You could become senior software engineer. You could eventually evolve to architect. You could go and be a cloud engineer. You could shoot off and go after cybersecurity. The field is wide open, right? You could decide you don't like that. You want to work with data. You could go into data analysis and you wouldn't have to get any. I don't. Let me just make sure what I'm about to say is true. Let me think about it for a second. If you're a software engineer, do you need to get any additional skills to become a data analyst? No. Um, assuming that you know SQL. Now look at this. Entry level software engineers earn almost $65,000 a year. That's pretty good for an entry level job. Okay. Junior project manager. Uh, mm, I'm just thinking, how do I feel about junior project manager? It can be done. What's nice about project manager is there's a lot of growth. You can go from project manager to senior project manager to program manager to senior program manager. And think about it, the more programs you can manage, the further up the corporate ladder you can move. Um, For me, I made a decision at some point that I wasn't really that interested in climbing the corporate ladder anymore because it was just bringing more stress. And what people love to do, oh, we'll put you in a position and then you prove it and then we'll give you the money. And my personality said no. So that's not for me, but maybe it's for other people. Okay. All right. Tech sales engineer is seen as a unicorn position as it requires a unique blend of technical knowledge and strong interpersonal and persuasion skills. I'm not a salesperson, but if I was a salesperson, I would hop on that. These people make good money, especially, let me tell you something. Anything in sales always has great potential. Anything in pharmaceuticals has great potential. So, to be a tech sales engineer and work in pharmaceuticals, I think is great. I had no idea that tech sales engineer makes $85,000 a year with commission on top of that. Let's look at this a little more. I don't know a lot about this role. Let's see. Bridge the gap between sales and engineering teams using their technical prowess to explain complex products or services. I can do that. Excel at traditional sales skills like prospecting, lead generation, building relation, negotiating contracts. No, I don't have sales skills. I wonder if I could develop them though. I don't know. I just my heart is not in being a salesperson, but I'm kind of selling right now. Am I not? So I don't know. But anyway, tech sales engineers go beyond just selling features. They focus on understanding customer needs and demonstrating how their product or service is the optimal solution. So for me, I've seen a lot of salespeople pitch and, excuse me, they're not really focusing on the customer's need as more as they're focusing on their own need to make that sale. So for me, that's why I couldn't be a salesperson, because there will always be a time that I have to make the sale as opposed to help the customer. And I always want to help the customer. I just do. It's just who I am. Okay. So, but maybe there's a happy medium. Okay. Maybe if you're a really great salesperson and you can bypass those, you won't have to sell in those situations where you know this is not the right fit for the customer. But then on the other hand, if you have the right products, maybe there's a way to, sell them the product that's right for them as opposed to just selling them the most expensive thing, which is what I believe lots of salespeople do. Okay. Anyway, but if you're not so bothered, $85,000 a year, whoo, That's a great start to a career and a commission on top. I don't know, I might have to rethink those politics. So anyway, next one is DevOps engineer. Bridges a gap between development and operations teams. So what DevOps engineers do is they manage environments. So let's say that a team builds an application and they want to make that application available to their user base. That's called releasing, or that's called doing a release or moving something into production, right? So the DevOps people would make sure that that application meets certain standards. Okay. And then let's say there's a problem with some of the software, not so sometimes like you're using technology, you know how to use it, but there's just a problem with the technology itself. When that happens at a company, there are people who specialize in fixing that, right? And that's the DevOps team. Okay. So while there's no single path, having a background in IT operations, system administration, or network engineering provides a solid foundation to becoming a DevOps engineer. Entry level, $85,000 a year. This is a complex role. Okay. Um, then we have data analysts. Now I've talked to you about data analysts before in another video, right? So what's hot in data analysis right now? You got to know SQL. You can't be a data analyst without SQL. Um, they want a lot of data visualization right now. So what data visualization is creating a visual report. So that's charts basically. And so the main or a couple of the very, I won't say main, but I'll say a couple of the most popular um, technologies for doing that are Tableau and Power BI. And while not always a mandatory, entry level familiarity with Python or R is a huge asset. If you want to be a data analyst these days, if you don't have Python or R, and right now I'm seeing Python more than anything else, you're not going to do this. Okay. Uh, Base salary of $87,000 a year. So, based on this $87,000 a year, right, is about what? $44 an hour. Are people getting that for entry level? Probably, probably. So, yeah, I think it's accurate. Okay, so there we have it. There we have it. What did you think? What did you think? Those are the five highest paying jobs in tech. If you can come right out the gate and make 60 to $80,000 a year, um, you should do it. How do you do it? Watch my other video, the 4 steps to breaking into tech. Okay, that's what I have for you right now, and I'll see you next time.